Columbi in Italy. Ooh, so these guys are bearing witness to supernovae. That's pretty cool.
Yep, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Also, 1625, English Admiral George Villiers' fleet sails from Plymouth to Cadiz, Spain.
Huh. Okay. Ooh, the 1633 one is pretty cool.
1633, Massachusetts Bay Colony forms its first government.
Nice. Yep.
Also, 1645, first hospital in Montreal, Quebec, founded the Hotel de Montreal by nurse N.A. Metz.
Nice. So that's good. Montreal, Quebec, in Canada. Uno mas, senora.
Sure, 1740, Chinese assault on Dietsport, Bavaria.
Batavia. Huh. Wonder what they're doing back there. So, why don't you take the 1769 here? Give you some good articles.
1769, Captain James Cook lands in New Zealand at Poverty Bay on the east coast of the North Island.
Oh, cool. Good old James Cook.
That's your turn.
Yep. 1775, officers decided to bar slaves and free blacks from the Continental Army. Well, that's not good.
Like, you're banned.
Yeah, they didn't. Well, I mean, think about it this way. Like, on one hand, yeah, like, oh, how dare they not let us fight with them? But at the other hand, like, wouldn't that be a bonus? Like, not to be able to fight, with certain people because you're not out there dying. So what are you complaining about?
It's like, nah, we're not gonna force you to do anything.
Exactly.
If you don't want it, well, you can clean, but we're not gonna force you to kill.
Yeah. Well, I think they can't even clean because they're just straight up barred from the army. But then again, they could be using civilians for help. I mean, we do that today with contractors and whatnot. So, and back in those times, civilians and army like had the same technology level. So, yeah, which they should bring that back. Look into the Second Amendment, and think about this. When it was written during a time where civilians and military had access to the same shit. So that should still be a thing. Anyway, 1779, English engraver and poet William Blake began study at the Royal Academy at Old Somerset House in London. And then 1821, the government of General José de San Martin established the Peruvian Navy. Oh, that's cool. Happy birthday, Peruvian Navy. It is your turn, although 1840, the first one, actually both of them are the same thing, but still. Do you mind if I take it? Because I want to try reading that. That looks fun.
Go ahead.
Alright. 1840, Ke Kumu Kanawai Amina Kanawai Oko Hawaii Pai Aina Honolulu, 1840. The first written constitution of the Hawaiian Kingdom enacted by King Kamehameha III and Kunia Nui, Prime Minister, Kekaualohoi. Alright. And yeah, right here, first Hawaiian Constitution proclaimed. So that's cool. Anyway, now your turn. I'm sorry about that.
Sure. 1960, telegraph line between LA and San Francisco opens.
Nice. Yeah, I was looking at that too. Thank you for reading that.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, 1871 though.
Which one?
The first one.
1871, forest fire destroys Tego, Wisconsin, killing between 1,200 to 2,500 people, making it then the deadliest wildfire in recorded history.
Damn, and that's all of history. So that's the deadliest wildfire on Earth up until that point. I'm pretty sure California has just completely annihilated that record, though. But yeah.
Also, 1871, the Great Chicago Fire kills an estimate 300 people and destroys over 4 square miles, which is 10 square kilometers of buildings, and the original Exclamation proclamation.
Oh no! I had no idea that it was gone.
Now
Wow.
you know.
Well, that explains why everybody's a slave now. Like the original proclamation is gone. Everything else is just a copy, and therefore forgery.
Also, 1873, the first women's prison run by women opens at Indiana Reformatory Institute.
Well, that's interesting. That makes sense. Like, you want women running women, men running men. So. But yeah, I just want to say though, I wonder if these two fires melted into each other or what, because it's the same. Well, Wisconsin and Chicago, so those are two very different locations. That's weird though. On the same day, there's two fires, two major fires. So, dang, that's interesting. Anyway.
Your turn.
Oh no, I thought you had one more.
Okay, I'll do one more.
Okay.
1879, War of the Pacific, the Chilean Navy defeats the Peruvian Navy in the Battle of Argamos. Peruvian Admiral Miguel Grau is killed in the encounter.
Uh-oh. That's not good. Let's see here. Moving on up into 1897, Emperor Franz Joseph I named Gustav Mahler director of the Vienna Court Opera. Nice. Look at that mustache and mutton chop, dude. Looks like a sculpture, actually, like with the angles and curves and all that stuff. Anyway, let's see here. 1917, Leon Trotsky was named chairman of the Petrograd Soviet as Bolsheviks gained control. Not good. Trotsky. But then, 1918, a U.S. soldier, Alvin York, single-handedly attacked a German gun nest, killing at least 25 and capturing 132 Germans on his own. Damn. How does that guy move with balls that big? Seriously, dude. That's incredible. That's probably going to be the thumbnail for today's episode. So, now I think it's your turn, sir.
Okay, 1924, British Labour government of Ramsay MacDonald fails to Conservatives.
Yes, we got to win. If only it was.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll have another one in a couple years, maybe, because it'll be 100 years. Right now, it's 98. So.
Also, 1927, the second 100-year silent short film release starring Stan Laurel and Oliver Hardy. First Laurel and Hardy film with them appearing as a team.
Nice. Really cool. Laurel and
Laurel
Hardy.
and Hardy.
Yeah.
Also, 1929, Cole Porter and E. Ray Golds's music Perry opens in the Music Box Theater, New York City, runs for 195 performances.
Cool. It's a pretty good stint right there. 1932.
1932, the Indian Air Force is established.
Nice. Which a lot of people don't know, Mexico also has an Air Force. I remember years ago I was reading a meme, it's like, oh, the Mexican Air Force, yada yada yada, UFO sighting, yada yada yada. And someone's like, wait, Mexico has an Air Force?
But all the good pilots done jumped the fence.
Oh my god. No, that joke works better for the Olympics, but
they flew the fence. They flew over the fence.
God. Well, that's how most, at least until the past couple of years, the majority of the problems with illegals wasn't the fact that they were crossing the border illegally. It's the fact that they were crossing the border legally with work visas, and when they run out, they just don't go back. So that was the initial problem, but now, past couple of years, it's become a lot more simple, as far as a description of the problem. It's a lot simpler to explain, but it's a lot worse of a problem now. But anyway, 1 year after that, that looks pretty cool. 1933.
1933, Colt Tower dedicated to San Francisco as a monument to firefighters.
Now, I did not know that. The Coit Tower, I've seen that a couple of times actually. Several years ago, I went on a little road trip up and down California with my dad, and obviously we stopped at San Fran, went up to Snob Hill, and yeah, saw Coit Tower. I had no idea though it was a monument to firefighters, so that's really cool.
Now you know.
Yeah. You have Uno Mas, but before you do, we are joined by the great
Cleaver.
Yeah, the legendary Meat Cleaver.
Hello.
Thank you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where are you?
We're
It's
now
for
in
horses.
1934.
I missed a bit.
Yeah, you did. I'll let Sohan
Thank
finish
you.
up his turn, and then I'll explain to you what you missed a little bit.
Go ahead.
1934. Bruno Hauptmann is indicted for the murder of Charles Lindbergh. Well, Nazi collaborator Charles Lindbergh's son.
Yep. A lot of things people don't realize about him.
Yeah.
That fact was swept under the rug, but you just missed it a couple minutes ago.
Oh.
The first Laurel and Hardy film with them appearing as a team.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right here.
1927 today,
Yeah.
huh?
It's the second 100 years silent short film, as Sohan here read earlier today. The first Laurel and Hardy film with them appearing as a team.
Ah.
First one. So,
Also, not just the Great Fire of Chicago.
oh yeah, that's
Another
right.
fire.
Chicago.
There's a fire, the Great Fire in Chicago, the one that was started by a cow allegedly.
Oh.
Remember when the cow kicked a lamp into a hay thing?
Yes, that's right. There's a tune about it or something.
Yeah, but on that same exact day, same year, 1871, a forest fire destroyed, Pershing, Wisconsin, right here, killing between 1,200 and 2,500 people, making it then the deadliest wildfire in recorded history. That's global.
Wow. On the same day.
Same day, same year. So during the Great Chicago Fire, that happened too.
Huh.
So that was bonkers. And then, of course, I found this amazing here. This guy in 1918, a U.S. soldier, single-handedly attacked a German machine gun nest, and he killed at least 25 and captured 132 others.
Jeez.
By himself. The balls,
No kidding.
dude. Anyway,
Keep going.
yeah. Where were we? Sohan, do you want to
1934. 1938, George S. Kaufman and Moss Hart's play Fabulous Invalid premieres in New York City.
Huh. All right.
Was it still invalid?
1939, Germany annexed Western Poland. So it took them a month and 8 days, it looks like, because they invaded on September 1st.
Yeah.
And so this is when they officially, it's theirs. So, speaking of annexation, I remember, didn't Russia recently annex 5 different prefectures of Ukraine recently?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
And now they're saying if you
Do anything, nukes will fly.
you're attacking Russia at this point. If you attack any of those regions now, it used to be Ukraine. They're saying now that you're attacking Russia. Of course,
What?
Ukraine went in and took half of one of them back.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, Putin's going on about using nukes, and then now a couple of our own political people are talking about using tactical nukes and everything. So people are saying this is even worse than the situation with the whole Cuban Missile Crisis.
Oh.
We are now in a worse situation than that was, and that we were a
That
hair's
was
breadth
tense.
away.
That Cuban Missile Crisis was really tense.
Well,
And that was I can't think of his name right offhand.
Kennedy.
No, well, Kennedy was the president. I'm thinking of the Russian guy, but that's what he was testing Kennedy because he was a new president, young guy.
Oh yeah.
I can't.
Well, it wasn't just that. That was in retaliation because a lot of people don't remember. That was they were putting nukes on Cuba because we had nukes in Turkey. So they were just evening the playing field.
No, I don't think it was.
No.
nukes.
We
It
had
was,
we
it
had
was, rockets.
no. We had nuclear missiles in Turkey.
And there's a treaty of in the Western Hemisphere they can't put anything in the Western Hemisphere, and that's what we went by. That's why we declared the blockade and everything else. They got to go.
Yeah, but they started doing the whole thing with Cuba because as a response to our aggression, because we already had missiles and bases and stuff established in Turkey right on their border. So
Well, you can go tit for tat all you want, but
I'm saying we were the aggressor
they
in
were
the whole
testing
situation.
a new young president. basically they wanted to see how far
No,
they could go.
I mean, like, to a certain point, yes, but like at the same time, that it was a response to our aggression because we already had nukes, as I said, in Turkey, so that's why they started putting them in Cuba. Because if we have nukes in Turkey, why shouldn't they have nukes on our doorstep? Because we have some on theirs, like we started it essentially, and they escalated it, is what I'm saying. So,
moving on.
yeah. Anyway, 1942 comedy duo Abbott and Costello launched their weekly radio show.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's the duo that did Who's On First.
Who's on first?
Who?
Ah. And then 1944, Samuel Barber's Capricorn Concerto premiered at the Town Hall in New York City in a performance by Daniel Seidenberg and his Little Symphony. Alright. Oh, why is this not highlighted? This is my lifeblood. 1945, the microwave oven patented by U.S. inventor Percy Spencer. So there we go, microwave oven. Thank you.
I remember when I saw the first microwave oven. I was working at Bonds, and they had one back in there, and they're cooking, heating stuff up in, like 30, 40 seconds. Like, what the hell? What is this?
Huh. Yeah.
It had to be early 60s, I guess.
It reminds me of that Futurama episode where they went back in time trying to find a microwave, and they were trying to sell Leela some kind of oven stove thing with a foot bath attached to it. So it's weird. Anyway, 1945, U.S. President Harry Truman announced atomic bomb secrets shared with Britain and Canada. Ooh, so yeah, so Britain and Canada now know how to make the bomb, but it wasn't until a while later. Does Canada even have nukes? I don't think so.
Not that I know of. I don't know.
Let's see here.
I really don't know.
Does Canada have nukes? Canada has not officially maintained and possessed weapons of mass destruction since 1984, and as of 1998, has signed treaties repudiating possession of them. Canada ratified the Geneva Protocol in 1930 and the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty in 1970. So they might not have nukes, at least officially. Not they admit. So, yeah. I'm adding the link to this wiki in the underbar for anybody who's interested for further reading. So, anyway, I think I've talked for long enough. Sohan.
Oh. Yeah?
Yeah, your turn. First 1952 looks interesting.
Yes, 1952, the first of the 112 people are killed in Britain's worst peacetime rail crash at Harrow and Wealdstone, northwest London. Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, let's hope that remains the record. So.
Also, 1952, Chinese offense in Korea.
So I think this is when China came in and helped North Korea and then pushed us the hell back out.
Exactly right.
And then pushed us all the way down to like the bottom of the peninsula, and then we pushed back up, and it turned out to be a complete and total, draw. Like there's like the whole event, like the whole war couldn't have happened, and nothing would be different, except for we'd have a lot more people alive.
And somewhere in that time frame with Korea, what we're talking about, China had the intent of going and taking Taiwan at that time, and they got diverted into Korea.
Yeah, that's right. Either you were telling me that, or I heard that somewhere else, but I have heard that before.
Yeah.
So
that's how long this has been going on.
Yeah, well, like China, the communist China has been trying to kill the actual government of China since, the whole start of the whole
thing. Can you imagine we recognize Taiwan as the only China and mainland China didn't exist? Us and the UN. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, well, the world would be a lot better if we hadn't opened up trade with them, I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
So,
and I was all for that in the beginning.
I mean, like, I don't want to sound hateful or anything, but facts are facts. Like, yes, I would love to have an open world and open market with everybody, but some people just don't want to work with others, and they'll take advantage of the situation, and then we will have a world that doesn't trade with things because certain people, entire cultures will be wiped out. So that's what China wants.
Well, history repeated itself. England did it with us as a infant country, and they catapulted us into dominance.
Yep.
And we have catapulted China to where they are today.
Yeah, and I guess that's true. But the only difference is, like, we are obviously superior to the United Kingdom now. if China ever gets superior to us, we won't invade Britain, but China will invade us. Because we have the resources. I mean, like Alaska, we're not pumping all that oil because all that stuff. Well, China's just like, yes.
Yeah, they just laugh at us.
Yep. Anyway, take some sports history. 1953, please.
1953, Birmingham, Alabama bars Jackie Robinson, Negro White All-Star from playing there. Robinson gives in and drops white players from his group.
Wow, what the hell?
Yeah.
Crazy, huh?
Jeez.
Hard to imagine that was our country.
Well, it's going back that way. Actually, we're already there.
Oh, hell. No, we're not.
Well, in California we are. So, at least for the majority and whatnot. But 1955. That's interesting.
1955, the world's most powerful aircraft carrier, USS Saratoga, launched.
That has to be.
Saratoga.
Yeah, that has to be the most powerful of that time because I'm pretty sure if you pitted the Saratoga against something we have today, it would be destroyed.
That's
You mean like the Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, or like what's the newest one? Like a George W. Bush class, or what's the newest class?
You have a Ronald Reagan class.
Newest.
There's one that they just
class.
certified.
U.S.
I think it was on your show
TV.
or somewhere. I heard it
Yeah.
somewhere.
Gerald R. Ford class? No. Maybe. The newest, the Ford class, okay. The USS Ford is the first ship of the new Ford class of aircraft carriers. It is first of the new class of aircraft carrier in more than 45 years. The lead ship of the Nimitz class carriers, the USS Nimitz, was expected to be retired in the coming months. So the Nimitz class is heading out too. No. But what was it you said?
Yeah, they were. It's my understanding, and I don't know where I heard this, so I'm not exactly sure. But they've been testing this thing for quite some time, and it's been failing in a lot of different tests. And because of what's going on in Russia, Ukraine, they went ahead and certified it anyways.
Oh yeah. Well, you heard about the nuclear torpedo Russia has now, right?
No, I have not.
They have a tsunami torpedo, and some people say it only has like 2 megatons and stuff, so it's a small yield in comparison. But you're underwater.
Yeah.
If they've developed a torpedo
tsunami
specifically to create a tsunami,
Wow.
and one or two of these has enough power to completely wipe out the entire eastern seaboard for miles inland. Because you go under deep enough, they can even have it in a shipping container of sorts and plant it and then remotely send it off. Because what it does is it travels extremely slow. So that way, it doesn't get detected because it doesn't look like it's moving.
Yeah.
When it gets to a certain range, it rockets, and then then there's no way to stop it, and then tsunami. So I saw a couple videos of it in the past
That's
couple
frightening.
days. Yeah. Well, see, what's really frightening is that the submarine that was designed to carry it, because we've been watching it in the port and everything, we know it exists. It's not in the port anymore. It's out
I have
there.
heard about that.
It's out there somewhere, and with all
I have
both
heard about
sides.
the disappeared nuclear submarine. or
Yeah,
something. I've heard
that's
about
exactly what it is.
Okay.
And so with all this Russia-Ukraine thing, revisiting the topic we were saying earlier, both sides, Russia and the U.S. are talking about using tactical nuclear weapons and everything.
We're slow walking into World War III. I hope
Yeah.
we change this. Jeez.
Yeah, it's frightening. So, I'm going to take 1957 here on behalf of my mother, or my not my birth mom, my grandmother, but my mom who raised me. Anyway, 1957, Brooklyn Dodgers announced move to Los Angeles.
Yeah, I remember that well.
They followed her.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Now, do you know what we had before the Brooklyn Dodgers came here?
The Angels.
We had the Los Angeles Angels, a minor league team in the PCH, Pacific Coast League.
Oh, so
PCL,
they were Los
PCL.
Angeles, not the Anaheim?
No, they weren't even in the major leagues. They were minor leagues.
So they started off as the Los Angeles Angels, then they got in the major, then they were in Anaheim, and then now they're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Just the name's the same.
Okay.
The organizations are completely different.
Okay.
And let me tell you where they played. The Los Angeles Angels from the PCL played at Wrigley Field. Now you think that's Chicago? No, they had one in Watts.
Oh,
Right
that's
down
cool.
in Watts.
Huh.
Yeah, went there as a kid.
Nice.
Yep.
Before all the crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before everything went to shit. Yeah. Anyway, Sohan, what happened in 1959?
1959, Conservatives led by Harold Macmillan win the British general election.
Ah, okay. And you got some more sports history in 1961.
1961, New York Yankees pitcher Whitey Ford breaks Babe Ruth's record of 29 and a half consecutive, well, in two-thirds consecutive scoreless innings. In the World Series, he goes on to extend the streak to 33 and two-thirds, which stands until 2000.
Dang.
Yeah.
So it standed for 39 years.
Yeah, he's a great
Yeah.
pitcher.
Yeah,
33 innings is a bunch of innings.
that is. Then 1962, Algeria was admitted as the 109th member of the UN. All right, that's pretty cool. Also in 1962, and something tells me that this is fictitious, but North Korea reports 100% election turnout, miraculously 100% vote for the Workers' Party. Surprise,
It is
surprise.
not. It is not. It is legit. We know better.
North Korea is best Korea.
We know better. They will die if they don't.
But then in 1964, Gilroy Roberts became the first U.S. chief engraver to retire, then to die. That's kind of dark, but okay.
Yeah.
It just says, then die. Like, fuck. Dang. So, happy retirement, Gilroy, before you expire? Question mark.
Oh, he's the guy, so you couldn't determine real from fake, I guess. So
Yeah.
get rid of him.
Oh, God. Also in 1964, Ringo Starr passed his driving test. Congratulations.
Yeah, way to go, Ringo.
Woo. Anyway, your turn, Mr. Sohan.
Sure. 1865, Muslims in Jakarta set fire to PKI headquarters.
PKI headquarters. What is PKI? What is PKI? PKI performs encryption directly through the keys that it generates, but this is something else. Hold on a second. 1965. Let's see here. 1965. What is PKI? 30th of September movement. That's something else, I think. Okay, Indonesia. What did the PKI do? The Communist Party of Indonesia. Okay, there we go. It was a communist party in Indonesia during the mid-20th century. It was the largest non-ruling communist party in the world before its violent disbandment in 1965. So there we go. So I guess this is a disbandment. They destroyed the Muslims destroyed the headquarters. So that is a violent dismovement.
Yeah, destroyed the movement, not just the headquarters.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you kill all the leaders, then nobody else, everybody just disperses, unless they're truly dead set.
That's the theory, cut off the head.
Yeah.
Also, 1967, guerrilla leader Che Guevara and his men are captured in Bolivia.
It's too bad they weren't assassinated. Like, it's kind of funny, all these people with the Che Guevara shirts, dude, that guy's a murderer.
Oh, I know. Hey, look at him
And
like a
this-
hero. He was a vicious murderer of the people in Cuba.
Yeah, the same people who look at this guy as a hero idolize George Floyd, so what a surprise. So, yep.
Also, 1970, Soviet author Alexander Solzhenitsyn wins the Nobel Prize for Literature.
Look at this raggedy old Abraham Lincoln looking guy.
Yeah,
with that
he
beard.
is. Where's the hat?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
He needs the hat. I'm going to go back 1 year in 1969. The opening rally of the Days of Rage occurred, organized by the Weather Underground in Chicago, Illinois. Days of Rage.
Well, underground. That's what it means. The underground work.
So what is that, like a fight club or something? Like
The underground? No, it was a political movement to
Oh.
overthrow the government, basically.
Oh, okay. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, never heard of the underground?
I've heard of the underground market.
That was the whole deal. President Obama, when he was running for office, was, you know, he was in association with the leaders of the underground, who had long since disbanded.
Disbanded.
But he was involved with them, knowing them or whatever.
That's worrisome right there. So, but
well,
not
that's
surprising.
that's political rhetoric too. So take it. He did know them and associated with them. What that means, who knows? Who cares?
Well, we should care and we should know. You know. Because,
well, if you know, then you can care.
Yeah. And the old saying, you know, those who care don't know, and those who know don't care. You know. Anyway, 1971, John Lennon released his mega hit single "Imagine." All right. Then 1972, despite retiring with suspension trouble at the U.S. Grand Prix at Watkins Glen, Emerson Fittipaldi became the first Brazilian to win the Formula One World Drivers' Championship, won by 16 points from Jackie Stewart. All right.
Jackie Stewart's the one we know of, not the other guy.
Yeah. So like, why?
Yeah, because he beat Jackie Stewart, I guess.
Yeah, but like, you know, like the winner should have this picture up here. Not
Yeah,
the
that's
loser.
true.
Seriously?
That is Jackie
right.
Stewart.
This is the second time.
Hey, let's show the loser.
Yeah.
You're right. Very good.
Like
Good observation.
he's not even clickable. Like, you know, like, see, I can click Jackie Stewart
Yeah, you
here and
can't
bring
click
him up.
the other guy. Yeah.
I can't even click the other guy. So what the hell is this bullshit? That's crap. Poor Fittipaldi.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Justice for Fittipaldi. I'm gonna start a movement. Anyway, Mr. Soen, 1972.
1972, in Game 2 of ALCS, Oakland A's Bert Jim Perez fires his bat at a pitcher. Wow, what the fuck is this bat a gun?
Huh. He's got a gun.
He fires his bat.
Oh, he has a bat
His
gun.
bat. He threw his bat at somebody,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think that stands for like his batter or something. But like, I'm just imagining like somebody with like a Batman bat gun, but instead of like shooting bats or batarangs, it shoots like baseball bats. A bat gun. So. Anyway, got some more sports history here.
There he is.
1973.
1973 NLCS game, a brawl between Cincinnati Pete Rose and New York Mets Bud Harrelson.
Huh. All right. Moving on up into 1976, EMI signed British punk rock band Sex Pistols. So here we go.
Yeah.
Damn. So Laurel and Hardy,
Yeah.
The Sex
Abbott and
Pistols.
Costello, and
Yeah.
the Sex Pistols.
Abbott and Costello, that's right. And that guy, you know, those two fires, and that guy who like took a German machine gun nest by himself in the First World War. Like,
Busy day.
yeah. We got some sports history in '78. U.S. Mario Andretti in a Lotus finished 10th in the season-ending Canadian Grand Prix at Ile Notre Dame circuit, but won his first Formula One World Drivers' Championship by 13 points from Ronnie Peterson. All right.
Mario Andretti goes on to be a great named racer, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. What's his face? Carreras are Carrera and Rhombus are the racing guys, you know, auto racing and whatnot. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, we got some music awards in '79. 13th Country Music Association Award. Willie Nelson, Kenny Rogers, and Barbara Mandrell won. All right. Why does this guy? His face does not look natural. He has like this red face and then this, you know, white hair. It just looks weird.
Kenny Rogers.
Hey, it's a gambler.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like Trump's dad. You know, Orange Man. I don't
Remember that? What was the guy's name in Vegas? The red guy or whatever. His red face.
Oh, Tomato Man.
Tomato Man.
Tomato Man. Oh my God. Dude,
That's
I almost got killed in Vegas once. This guy was so mad his head was
By
like,
Tomato Man.
Yeah, Tomato Man. Dude, like I was walking down the strip, okay, and like I was going through like the driveway things, like, you know, they go from like, you know, the driveway to the road,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
whatever that's called, the inlet or something.
Entrance.
So, the entrance or exit or whatever, you know, where cars go.
Yeah.
I was walking on the sidewalk, and then I'm in the middle of this thing, and I just hear this horn, and it's just like a constant beep. It's getting closer and closer and closer, and I look, and there's this car just peeling like out of the thing, screaming, and it missed me by like this much. I literally like it almost knocked me off my feet. Like, you know, went right by me.
And why was he Tomato Man?
I have no idea. Maybe he lost.
No, but why? Because his face was beat
Well,
red. He was
well, yeah,
really mad.
I'll get to that.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so I see him, and like he's completely bald and everything, and like just stark red, and like his head looked like a tomato. So, you know, that's why I call him Tomato Man. But like he gets in the street, he does a Tokyo drift, cutting off like cars, buses, you know, other things in traffic, and then just guns it down the strip. The horn like non-stop beep the whole time. Like, God, he was angry, man.
He lost.
Yeah. Anyway, Soen, you got a historic event here for us in 1981.
Yeah. 1981, U.S. President Ronald Reagan greets predecessor Jimmy Carter, Gerald Ford, and Richard Nixon before sending them to Egypt for Anwar Sadat's funeral.
Anwar Sadat, the president of Egypt and a Nobel laureate. So, dang.
He was assassinated.
Assassinated by like a political thing, or
Yeah, I think I'm not sure, but it was. If it wasn't the Muslim Brothers, then it was the Muslim Brothers type group.
Yeah. I don't know why.
So,
I don't know why people in religion that like because Muslim is supposed to be a religion of peace, you know, Christianity is supposed to be a religion of peace.
Well,
so how come we're killing each other? You know.
good question. We've been having religious fights our whole recorded history.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, at least the Christians like outgrew the whole crusade stuff, and we learned to like, you know, live and let live. But why can't the Muslims, you know, grow up? You know, join the rest of the world. So
Maybe they will grow up. They're not as old as we are.
that's true.
If you're a Christian.
Yeah.
also, 1985, Little Richard seriously injured in a single car accident in Los Angeles.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, Richard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that the guy who did Tutti Frutti?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Uno mas, senor.
In 1991, the Croatian parliament cuts all remaining ties with Yugoslavia.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Oh. Oh, 1992. Yes.
All right.
In 1992, the video game Mortal Kombat was released as a 2D fighting game by Midway Games.
That is such a you article, man.
There it is, huh?
Dude, this guy is the gamer. Like, he plays like all these like awesome
Nice.
games and everything. Mortal Kombat, you know, of course.
Of course.
Um,
Okay, give us an evaluation. How does, for its time, Mortal Kombat stand up as far as a game?
Well, thanks to Mortal Kombat, we have the fucking rating system. I mean, oh, pardon my French. We have the rating system we have today.
Oh,
Yeah, it's because of the
ESRB.
ESRB, whatever. What does ESRB
And
stand?
why? Because of Mortal Kombat, though.
Because of the fatalities.
Because
Oh,
Mortal
gruesome.
Kombat had these brutal fatalities during the time and blood. It's
Yeah.
fun fact. During the Super Nintendo one, they completely censored the game. They turned the blood gray, like sweat.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yes. Back in the day, you have to type in the code for the blood.
No.
Yeah. No, but yeah, he's right. Mortal Kombat is what, you know, gave rise to the Entertainment Software Rating Board, ESRB.
Yikes.
So like, you know, like E for everyone, T for teen, like, you know, whenever, you know, we bought games for me as a kid and you looked
Yeah.
at the parental guidance and everything, all of that is because of Mortal Kombat. It was that graphic, that brutal, because
Yes.
you can literally
During
like,
the
you know,
time.
tear somebody's heart out of their chest, rip their head off, split them in half, like, you know, like there's every character had unique fatalities. You know, and you have to, you can't do a fatality every match. You have to, like, you know, like have a perfect game or something. I don't know the exact semantics.
No,
of it.
you had to do you had to type in the code at the end.
Yeah, you have to like put
Yeah,
in like
that's
the,
terrible.
Yeah,
That's terrible.
yeah.
My evaluation, and coming from an old guy, games, crap, and more crap.
Well, what's basketball then? It's a game.
Of course, but
Crap.
at least I got some exercise out of it.
I mean, so do my hands on the controller.
I'm just putting. Yeah, I'm pulling your leg.
I know.
Some of them
Father-son.
never play games.
Father-sonisms.
Yeah, there you
So,
go. Oh, we got a ton of them.
Oh yeah. which keep an eye out. That's going to be a short, so a short series, or a series of shorts. Anyway, 1993, Howard Stern released his first book, Private Parts. Of course it is.
I think they made a movie about it.
Oh God.
Yeah, they made a movie called Private Parts eventually.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. But then, 1995, Dolphins' Dan Marino broke Tarkenton's NFL career completion records.
Oh.
Dan Marino, yeah, like he's the best quarterback to never have gotten a Super Bowl ring.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Yeah.
Tarkenton was a great one too.
Mm-hmm.
I think he played with the. No, well, doesn't matter. Vikings, I think.
What was his name? Tarkenton?
Yeah. Fran Tarkenton.
Let's see here. Fran Tarkenton, football quarterback.
Yeah, played for the Vikings. There's the Wings.
Okay. Yeah, I see the Vikings. Yeah. You're right.
At the time, he played a long time too. He was like, what's his name is today, at 41 or 2 playing. Yeah,
Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he played forever, it seemed like. Probably not till 42, but he played a long time.
You know what? Let's see here. Retirement age. He retired after 1978 at the age of 39, so he was close.
Yeah. He was
Close. Yeah. Then 1998, Jose Saramago was the first person from Portugal to be awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. All right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna take this 1998, and we're gonna do the
Take it.
split. I'm trying a new thing. I'm gonna do the split before the year 2000, so that way we have a little bit of the main body and then births and deaths, just to give part 2 some meat, you know. So, 1998, U.S. House of Representatives voted to begin the impeachment hearings against President Bill Clinton on charges of lying about his affair with Monica Lewinsky. Here we go. I did not have relations with that woman. Yeah, sure you did, you liar. You Epstein guy. Anyway, let's see here. Let's do the split, and then we'll move into the year 2000.
Yeah.
Welcome to part 2. We are in the year 2000 with Sohan.
Year 2000, German Ferrari driver Michael Schumacher wins Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka to clinch his third and first of 5 straight F1 World Drivers' Championships.
Cool.
Yeah.
Huh. The next 2000 is interesting. I think I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Also in 2000, musical Peter Pan starring Kathy Rigby and filmed before a live audience premiered on A&E TV.
Funny thing about Peter Pan is that the author was a documented person who enjoyed children a little too much. And the whole premise of Neverland about children never growing old, what a perfect setting. It's paradise for him.
Yeah.
So that's why he wrote the whole thing. You
The
know?
point of this was she was a woman or a girl
Yeah, that's right.
that played Peter Pan.
And here we go. You know, they're like these progressive people just shoehorning themselves in on pre-established things instead of making their own shit. What a surprise. So, anyway, what happened?
2001, U.S. President George Bush announces the establishment of the Office of Homeland Security.
Here we go. Yep.
You talk about spending more money. Hey, let's create a whole new division of the government. Great. Just
Yep.
what we need.
Well, that's what
Also-
your boy Trump did with the Space Force.
Yep.
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 Also, 2003, Clive Granger and Robert F. Engel awarded Nobel Peace Prize in Economic Sciences for methods of analyzing economic time series with time-varying volatility. Arch.
That goes above my pay grade. I don't know what the hell that means.
I
but
have no clue either.
Yeah.
And
Got a Nobel for it though.
Okay. Cool. Good on him.
Kudos to him.
We got another Nobel Prize in 2003. Peter Aubrey and Roderick McKillen won the 2003 Nobel Prize in Chemistry for discoveries concerning channels in cell membranes. That's interesting.
Channels in cell membranes.
Yeah, because like cells, like they have their own form of like for lack of a better term, blood vessels to get nourishments, because cells need nourishments too.
Yeah, sure, of course.
So cells are actually made of like smaller cells within themselves. It's weird. Like if you look at a cell, you see little things inside of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's crazy. But then another one in 2004, Kenyan Wangari Maathai was the first African woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize for her contribution to sustainable development, democracy, and peace. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Then, just in time, we got some film and TV history for Mr. Sohan with good old Martha Stewart.
2004, Martha Stewart begins 5 months incarceration at federal prison camp Alderson for insider trading and obstruction of justice.
Yeah, the whole Enron debacle, I remember that.
Excuse me. I gotta hand it to her. She just stepped up and said, "No, I'm gonna go do my time. I'm not gonna fight this." And she has tons of money, and she could have fought it forever.
Yeah.
And I don't know a whole lot about it other than step up and do it.
Did you see the prison she went to though? Like
Well,
it was just so flowers everywhere, decorated. It was
You're incarcerated. You can't leave. It's not good.
Oh, it was a minimum security prison.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, she was incarcerated, but she lived in the lap of luxury. She was essentially incarcerated in a 5-star hotel.
No, she lives in the lap of luxury. She didn't go to the lap of luxury. She's wealthy. She lives in the lap of luxury. Yes.
Yeah.
She wasn't incarcerated into the lap of luxury.
But no, did you see the prison she was in?
No.
I have. I'm telling you, it's literally like a 5-star hotel. Like she had her own chefs. She had massage people. They had baths. I've looked into it.
I'm not gonna argue, but it's not. I don't follow Martha Stewart at all. But
I just looked into it. Like she had all sorts of luxuries, and it was ridiculous. Anyway, tell us about some sports history here.
2005, NHL great Wayne Gretzky gets his first win as a coach as the Phoenix Coyotes beat the Minnesota Wild 2-1 at Jobin.com Arena, Phoenix.
Huh.
no, he's the coach. That's right. He coached the Phoenix Coyotes.
Yeah. Yeah, it says here, first win as the coach of Phoenix Coyotes. Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
Let's see here.
2012, film Lincoln, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Daniel Day-Lewis, based on the biography by Doris Kearns Goodwin.
Premiered. Yeah.
They premiered.
This is bothering me. Hold on a second. Martha Stewart.
We're back to her?
No, it's just bothering me. So let's see what her prison cell looks like. Yeah, does that look like she was incarcerated?
Compared to her standard of living, yes.
Compared to our standard of living?
The guy on the street that's homeless, no. He'd accept that open arms.
Yeah.
So it's all relative.
I mean, this is like some examples of the bedrooms in the prison she was in. Like
she was in a low, whatever it's called.
Low security, minimum security prison.
Minimum security. And
but
all that stuff, yeah.
I mean, look at the
Only for
tablecloths in their
non-violent
cafeteria.
criminals.
Are you kidding me? They had tablecloths in their cafeteria.
Only for non-violent criminals.
Yeah, she was
What
not
do you want?
serving
Stick her
time.
in solitaire, or what?
She needs to serve time like the rest of us plebs. Because how would she learn that what she did was bad unless you actually put her in some shit?
I think she did learn some bad. I'm guessing. I don't know her at all. I don't follow her at all. But compared to what she's, used to, yeah, she was downgraded. Definitely, trust me.
Yeah, well, not enough. So, anyway, 2012.
And had to go make pottery probably.
Yeah.
Instead of making millions of dollars.
Anyway, 2012, Hugo Chavez was reelected as president of Venezuela for a 4th time. Oh, God. Here we go.
Yeah, he single-handedly destroyed his country. Hello.
Yep.
Have we learned nothing?
Nope, apparently not.
Who's destroying ours now? At least economics-wise.
Yeah, Venezuela is just the California of the South. So. And also, 2012, John B. Gurdon and Sheena Yamanaka won the 2012 Nobel Prize for Medicine for their work on reprogramming end-stage cells to become pluripotents. What pluripotent? What the hell does that even mean? Let's see here. Of an immature or stem cell capable of giving rise to several different cell types. So stem cell research.
Oh,
essentially.
okay. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're they're using stem cells now on in lieu of knee replacements.
Yeah, you were talking to me about that. Like, had you waited another couple of years, you could have been like.
Yeah, well, trust me, it was well worth it. It wasn't worth the wait of the pain I was in. But they are through lasers and everything. I'm not sure how it's a minor surgery. You walk in, walk out, and it's about a 4 or 5 hour process, and it brings back the cartilage.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that is really cool. And Soen, what happened in 2015 here?
In 2015, American actress and singer Selena Gomez revealed she has lupus.
I remember that. Yeah, she. We had read about that before, or we had read about something else. I don't know. No, it was her. She had,
needed a kidney because of her lupus.
Oh yeah, that's right. We reported on when she had her kidney removed or something, right?
Lupus is fatal, right?
It's terminal. Yes.
Terminal.
Yeah. And we have no cure for it. We just have a way to deal with it and make people comfortable until their eventual death. So.
Also, 2018, New Orleans quarterback Drew Brees becomes NFL all-time leader in passing yards. Needs 201 yards to pass Peyton Manning record. Gets 363 and touchdowns in Saints 43-19 win versus Washington Redskins at the Superdome.
43-19. That's a drumming right there.
Yep.
So.
And I just have to say, with my head bowed, my Chargers let him go.
But speaking of football, like yesterday, like what was it, Heisman, right? The guy.
Heisman Trophy.
Yes.
The guy, the actual guy.
Oh, the guy. Okay.
The guy. I don't remember the exact year, but like yesterday, was a slaughter. Some college football. The score was 222-0.
Oh man.
Oh my God. That they should rename the sport the Heisman Ball. You know, screw getting a trophy. Just make him the name of the sport. You know.
Yes.
Like, yeah. Anyway,
wow.
Let's see here. 2019, the FBI confirmed Samuel Little is America's most prolific serial killer after verifying more than half of his 93 confessed murders. Holy crap, dude. That's crazy.
Also below it, it's also a crazy one.
Yeah, I saw that. In 2019 as well, Montgomery, Alabama, home of the U.S. Civil Rights Movement, elected Stephen Reed as its first black mayor in 200 years.
Jeez.
Wow.
And it took till 2019.
Yeah. I mean, better late than never, but still, like, just 3 years ago, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm glad it happened.
Yeah. Should have happened
Yeah.
earlier, though. So. Why don't you take this 2020 right above the Nobel Prize one?
2020, American poet Louis Buck is awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature. Also, in 2020, FBI charged 13 men with plotting to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer and storm the Michigan Capitol. Sounds fishy.
That's not nice.
Sounds FBI-ish.
Yep. You got one more just last year.
So, 2021, Nobel Peace Prize awarded to journalists Maria Ressa of the Philippines and Dmitry Mutarov of Russia for their efforts to safeguard freedom of expression.
Huh.
Oh yeah, y'all work.
That's something I need to do more research in, because that's some trigger words there. Safeguard freedom of expression. Are they really saving it, or are they utilizing that term to
I don't know.
political shit, that's going on? I saw a news story the other day about talking about the dangers of freedom of speech. Are you kidding me? Wow. Anyway, before we move on to the births and deaths, audience, were there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most? Anything that you want us to elaborate on? Any questions you have? Is there any knowledge that you have that you want to express to us? Open up a dialogue in the comments section. Let's keep talking. Anyway, moving on up into verse. Soen, why don't you start us off here in 1515?
1515, Margaret Douglas, Countess of Lennox, born in Harbottle Castle, Northumberland, England, dies in 1578.
I'm going to let you guys do births and deaths, and it's been fun. Thank you for
joining us.
Take care, Soen.
You too, sir.
You got another one here, and I'm scrolling. Good lord. Here
No.
we go, 1895.
1895, Juan Perón, Argentine military officer and president of Argentina, 1946 to 1955, 1973 to 74, born in Buenos Aires, died in 1974.
Dang. Then we have Billy Conn in 1917, a U.S. boxer born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, dying in 1993.
Yeah.
And then who else was born on this date? Let's see. A lot of scrolling today. Like R.L. Stein, no way.
Ooh,
1953, U.S. children's book writer Goosebumps, born in Columbus, Ohio.
Cool, man.
Man, he looks nothing like his depiction from the Goosebumps movies with Jack Black. So.
I know.
Yeah. Ooh.
Used to see him a lot in the TV show for Fox. Just to narrate for the show.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. They used him to narrate. Okay. But you got this emo-looking guy here.
Oh, looking up. Johnny Ramone from the Ramones.
Yep.
Punk rock. Yeah, he's a punk rocker. Also, 1948, Johnny Ramone. Johnny Cummins, I think. American punk rock guitarist and songwriter. Ramones, I Want to Be Sedated. Born in Long Island, New York. Died 2004. I didn't know he even died.
Dang.
Okay.
That
Wow.
sucks. Ooh, wow.
Also-
Hold on a second. The next, the one right under what you just read, I just saw that for a second. Holy fuck.
Oh shit. 1948, Pedro Alonso Lopez, Colombian serial killer known as the Monster of the Andes. 120 to 300 victims plus. Whoa, shit.
Yeah.
Born in Santa Isabel, Tomela, Colombia.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow. So at least 120 to 300, maybe even more people he killed.
Ah, damn.
Wow. Holy crap, dude. Then in 1949, we have Susan Alexandria, better known as Sigourney Weaver, is a U.S. actress, was an alien and working girl, born in Manhattan, New York.
Shit.
And Bill Elliott, 1955, a U.S. auto racer, Winston Cup of 1988, born in Dawsonville, Georgia. Huh. And who else do we have? Oh my god. Yeah, 1970.
1970, Matt Damon, American actor, Goodwill Hunting, Ocean's Trilogy, born in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Let's not forget his amazing role in Team America World Police, where his only
Yeah.
line is his own name, like he's a Pokemon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon, Matt Damon, Matt Damon. So,
Also, 1980, Canon, American rapper, actor, Love Don't Cost a Thing, Gigolo, and television personality, America's Got Talent, and The Masked Singer. And also Nick Cannon's Wild 'N Out.
yep.
Born in San Diego, California.
I'm going to take a step
Oh.
back here. 1970, we have Sadiq Khan, a British politician and the first Muslim mayor of London, born in London, England. And let's not forget, I believe he was the guy who tried to ban Christmas. So,
Yeah.
Yep. I don't know why. I don't want to sound hateful or bigoted.
Honestly-
Or, but
Oh, shit.
But you
Okay.
get somebody outside of a culture in a position of power in a foreign culture, they start taking over. You know? How could he, a Muslim, go into a Christian nation and be like, oh, hey, now you can't be Christian because I'm Muslim? Get the fuck out. Go back
Man,
to
not
go back
honestly,
to the
fuck
East, you
Christmas.
know?
Fuck Christmas. Now I know it's all about back in the day they used to do gay sex and
Yeah.
so yeah. Also 1980, Michael Gregory Mizanian, American professional wrestler and actor, born in Panama, Ohio.
What was he in?
He was in the Marine. He was also in the Real World and the Real World.
The Real World. Okay. Those are movies
the Marine movies he was in were movies. The
Okay.
TV show was The Real World. That's where he started.
Okay. That's cool. In 1985, we got Peter Gene Hernandez, better known as Bruno Mars, is a U.S. pop and R&B singer-songwriter. Just the Way You Are, The Lazy Song, and Uptown Funk, born in Honolulu, Hawaii. Oh, that's cool. He's only a couple years older than me. Then moving on in the deaths, I'm going to start us off here in 705. We have Abd al-Malik ibn Marwan, the fifth Umayyad Caliph, died in Damascus at the age of around 58. This is the approximate date. So, it might be true, it might not be, but this is a general consensus. Anyway, 1793, sir. Sohen.
1793, we have John Hancock, American merchant and statesman who was the first to sign the Declaration of Independence, starts at 56.
And he wanted to make sure his name was shown. He was all for it. John Hancock,
Put your John. Yep, thanks to him, you put your John Hancock right there.
Yep, he is the creator of that saying. So, ooh.
Also, 1869, Franklin Pierce, 14th president, Democrat. 1853 to 1857, dies from severe cirrhosis of the liver. Oh yeah, oh my God,
That sucks.
he was drinking.
Yeah.
He drunk himself to death.
Yeah. Moving on up into 1967, we lost Clement Attlee. He was a British politician and the Prime Minister of Great Britain from 1945 to 51. Died at the age of 54.
He looks like Patrick Stewart.
He looks more like what's his face? Fidel Castro's son's untrue dad. Pierre Trudeau.
No.
He looks like Pierre Trudeau. A bit. Let's see here. Pierre Trudeau. Yeah, dude. Seriously, like he looks so much like Pierre Trudeau. Jesus. That's kind of creepy, actually, how close that is. Anyway, let's see, who else died on this day? We have Willy Brandt, died in 1992. Actual name was Herbert Ernst Karl Fram. Was a German statesman, leader of the SPD party from 1964 to 1987. Was also Chancellor of West Germany from 1969 through 1974. Died of cancer at the age of 78. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And we have Al Davis in 2011, a U.S. businessman and NFL team owner of the Oakland Raiders specifically, dying of heart failure at the age of 82 on this date 11 years ago.
And closing it, we have Whitey Ford, American Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher. Well, in 2020, we have Whitey Ford, American Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher, 10 MLB All-Star World Series, 1953, 1956, 58, 61, MPV 62, ALC Young Award, 1961, New York Yankees, died from dementia at 91.
That's a bad way to go.
Yeah.
Dementia, Jesus. So, all right. Well, unless you want to take this last one here.
Yeah. Okay. 2021, Everett Morton, Novesian-born English drummer and percussionist, English Pete, dies at 71.
May them all rest in peace. Happy birthday to all the birthday people, and that'll be it. That concludes the show. Once again, you can check the description, the underbar, for any links you may find interesting, including but not limited to All Things Omni Coalition, which in itself has
Sohen TV on Twitch.
Yep. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time, although tomorrow we're going to try to start doing it at 9, so 1 hour earlier. Just to shift things around because, as you may or may not know, last week we tried starting the news show. It went for 3 days and petered out, so we're gonna be moving the news show around, doing it Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays instead of all 5 weekdays, at least for now. So, anyway, for all of you and all of us, I am Aozander.
I'm Sohen.
And for a while, we had the Golden Loon, also known as Meat Cleaver. Leave it to Beaver Meat Cleaver. Anyway, until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection. Rate 5 thumbs and subscribe. Toodles!